Welcome at the World Port Hackathon 2016. My name is Dortland. I'm a journalist from the Netherlands, from Rotterdam. And as we said in the talk earlier, this is a very interesting place where we are. Can you explain a bit about the RDM where we are?
Yeah, it's a very interesting place. There's a lot of startups working here with several innovation programs in several cooperations with the Port of Rotterdam, with also some subsidy partners. And it's an old wharf where we used to build submarines. So this is an old submarine wharf which is now being used as a very innovative place to help startups do innovative things with drones, 3D printing, or whatever you can imagine.
It's amazing. You feel the spirit. You see people working everywhere, and downstairs are, I think, about 50 people hacking for these 2 days. Dennis, why are you here?
I'm here on behalf of Portbase, and as I said before in my introduction, Portbase has established the paperless port, or helped establish the paperless port. We really have pictures of people who used to work in all of the logistical processes with papers lining up to over their heads, and now it's all gone because of information exchange, digital information exchange. But we have even more ambitions. We want to have better decisions where and how to move our transports. We can do more by rail and barge because it's better for the environment than it is by truck. But you still have a deadline in which you would need to have the goods on the end point. So there's a lot of things involved where you need to share more information even faster. And that's why we're here. Because we believe that these young people have a lot of skills to challenge us, the established party in the port, to do good stuff. And we try to help there.
Yeah. What is according to you the biggest challenge?
I think proving how technology can really help the logistical processes, that's one. And in the proof that the technology works, to translate that in a business process, and then actually challenging the people to share that data. Data sharing is pretty difficult. It's all about trade and logistics, so there's some competitive advantage in not sharing your data. So that doesn't help in getting the data open. And luckily not all data needs to be open, but it needs to be shared with those people depending on that information. When is the terminal free? When are the goods leaving, and where are the dangerous goods? That's also for safety things that you need to know. And maybe not everybody needs to know it, but if you have something to do around that location, share the data. We're all dependent in the logistical chain, so we should share more and more and more.
And what is, because I can understand as the Port of Rotterdam where you work, what the contributions which it can give, but what is for the people at home watching, what is the benefit for them?
That's a good question. Formally I'm not from the Port of Rotterdam, but the Port of Rotterdam is a big shareholder of Portbase, the information platform. We are very neutral, so we weigh both the interest of the harbor but also of the logistics parties involved. For the people at home, if there's a lot more real-time information that's shared, not only the logistical companies can make better decisions how to get the goods there on time, within budget, with as less CO2 footprint as attainable. What would you feel if you would have a chance, if you have these new pair of shoes, that you get a question saying, do you need your shoes or any other thing? Do you need it today? Or are you willing to wait one more day? Then we won't send a truck over to your place, but we will send it along with a barge, which is more efficient, but it takes a day longer. What would it mean for you at home if you get to make that decision? But also other things. You want to know where your goods are being shipped any time of the day. If you just bought a bottle of wine or an expensive bottle of whiskey, maybe you want to track the temperature of that bottle during the entire trip because you spend a lot of money on your bottle. You would like to have access to that information, but there's so many people involved in just that one bottle of whiskey that you need to have this information transparent over the entire chain.
If you can bring us back to, I think, 5 years in advance, what would be the biggest dream to accomplish?
Wow, well, I think the biggest dream, we visualize something like a logistical radar. You know, if you want to decide what clothes you want to wear today, you check an app and see, well, it's sunny, so it's still a bit warm, but there's a chance for rain. So you decide to clothe light with a little jacket on. Well, we should have something for logistics as well. You know, what's the logistics temperature going to be today? Is it going to be crowded? Can I wait a day, because then, you know, it'll be cheaper, less congestion, less risks. What channels should I use? So we should really have one view in which we can tap into all of the information sources to know what our logistic process, what's it going to look like today and tomorrow. And that way we can balance everyone's needs within the chain, from both the customer that wants to ship goods, from the guys that actually ship their goods, to the end consumer who says, well, bring it to me at this and that time because I need it for my factory or for my home or whatever.
Yeah, I think because we have a lot of, as you said, young people here working on these challenges, and I think we have a lot of young people watching also today. And what would be, how long do you do this work? No.
I've started here a couple of months ago. I've been IT for well, quite a lot longer already, but specifically here in the marine industry for about half a year now.
What is somebody who's still studying or is still not there yet? What made you think? What would be the reason to go into this industry?
Well, myself, I was born in Rotterdam. So if you're born in Rotterdam, then you cannot ignore the ports. It's just there, and it's impressive. If you're a tourist in your own city, and you go on a speedo trip, you just see the amazing scale of the business. And if you look at what Rotterdam in this very small country means for Europe and the amounts of cargo that's being transferred. But you also understand the footprint of all of that information, economical, but also for for sustainability, for the environment. There's really a lot of things going on here. A few months ago, I visited another innovation event, and there they announced the application of drones to collect soil and plastics from the inner waters. You know, those are just cool things to do in a dynamic environment, which matters. So, and there's really a lot of things to do, from merchant to technology. So I would say, just being new in this sector, that it really has a lot of appeal, no matter what business or education you're in.
And as you said, I think the nicest thing is that it matters. You can actually contribute and make a difference.
It matters. It matters a lot.
Thank you very much
for
your time. Have fun today.
I sure will. Good luck as well.
Thank you very much.